why do y'all be putting elotes in a cup? Elotes is supposed to be on the cob. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Ashley, and today I wanted to do a video on moving to a new city or a new state completely by yourself. I am a transplant to Dallas, Texas from Memphis, Tennessee. And I know a lot of people are interested in moving to Dallas, are interested in moving to a new city and what that experience is like. So if you want to know what my experience was like moving to a new city, new state, completely by myself, just keep on watching. Okay, so for a little bit of backstory, I originally am from Los Angeles, California. We moved from Los Angeles to Memphis, Tennessee. We had been in Tennessee, by we, I mean me, my mom, and my sister, my oldest sister. And we had been in Memphis for about 20 years before I decided that it was time for me to go. So what led to that decision was essentially me feeling, I'm trying to call the word, but I essentially was just kind of burnt out. Memphis was getting on my last entire nerve. Somebody, like, the city was just like double dutching on my last nerve. I was sick of my job. Did not really have like close friends. I was tired of the people. I was just ready to go. The means was just not giving what it was supposed to have gave. And so I was just ready to go. But it was almost like, where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do? How do I even go about doing this? I never even thought to move to a new city by myself because it had been me, my mom, and my sister for so long. And it was just like, I can't leave them. Why would I leave them? We all are supposed to move together. We all do stuff together. And I think that was like one of the big things was it was almost kind of codependent. Like, no, if you are ready to go, you can make this decision on your own to just go. My best friend from college, I was talking to her about how I was feeling, and she was like, well, my job has some openings if you're interested. And I was like, oh, really? And she was just telling me about the pay and, what to expect from the job. And so she sent me the rec and was like, you can apply if you want to. Let me know when you do because I can reach out to the HR and we can just go from there. So I applied for the position. They called me back to interview. And literally in the interview, they were like, oh, yeah, you got hired. Your orientation date is at this time. You got to be here at this time. And I was just like, it was like very overwhelming, but in a good way. Overwhelming in a good way. And this was like August when I found out I had the job. The orientation was like the next month in September. So I think I had maybe like 3 weeks to make that decision on, are you going to go ahead and go or what you going to do? Talk to my mama about it, talk to my sister about it. And they were like, well, if you are wanting to go, then go. Like, just do it. Now, we do have family here in Dallas. We were both moving out of California at the same time. So I did have that. And then, of course, I had my best friend who was here already. So it wasn't like when I got here, I was completely on my own. But I didn't have like my immediate family, which was something that I had never experienced before outside of me going away to school. And away for me, that wasn't even away because it was only 3 hours. So that was like not even, I ended up putting in a 2 weeks notice into my job. I had 1 week to get the rest of my stuff together. So me and my sister packed up all of my stuff in a U-Haul. I packed up my little car and tagged it onto the back of the U-Haul and we made the drive from Memphis to Texas. I think that's like a 6 to 8 hour drive depending. And what I did not expect though was after I got over all of the sadness of leaving my family and all the loneliness, I didn't expect to feel so new almost. It was again the first time I was making a real live adult decision to move on my own. And I really feel like growth comes when you are able to just go. That's when you really grow, when you're able to leave your hometown, leave everything that you thought that you knew, and go into a brand new environment. It teaches you a lot. It teaches you so much just about your own self, about getting used to your own company, about not always having a net to fall back on, and just being able to experience life without always being like, oh, my mom, my sister, you know. And we were, like I said, we were very much like just that own little bubble. And I think that helped me establish a lot of independence from them. What I can say about Dallas is Dallas has a lot of job opportunities. Always. There are always things. There's a lot of companies that are here, like the Texas Instruments is here, Capital One is here, Chase is here, Liberty Mutual, I think the Great Lakes. There are a lot of companies that are here that are always hiring. But again, there are a lot of job opportunities constantly. So I think that Dallas is very much good for if you are entering corporate America or trying to get your foot in the door, you're looking for an entry-level position just so that you can transition from your old state or city to a new state. Dallas is definitely the place. It's like bustling for that. You do have to keep in mind though, traffic. The traffic is ridiculous, especially when you're getting into the city. The freeways are confusing. It's a whole lot of, okay? People be driving crazy. People be driving so crazy. I just be like, oh my God, I just want to put along and get to where I need to go, okay? I'm just trying to get to where I need to go safely. Also, you're probably gonna have to ride a tollway. Dallas has so many tollways. It's too many. It's too many. I don't have a toll tag, so run it up. So you do have to keep in mind that you're probably going to have to ride a tollway. You can get a toll tag and you just put money on it and the tolls just, of course, just discount the money from the toll tag or whatever. But also taking the streets, it's probably going to take you an hour or so if you want to ride the streets to get to where you need to go. Dallas is not a city that you can just ride to the next city to. Traffic is traffic. I do want to talk about, so coming from Memphis is very much like a Black city. It is. The ratio to Black and white is kind of it's more, I feel like there's more Black people than there is white people, but maybe that might not be the right statistic, and it's probably not, but still, it's a lot slower, it's a lot more calm. The people are a little bit more Southern. The hospitality is a little bit more Southern. They're more friendly. When you move to Dallas to probably experience some racism, maybe not from everybody, but you're probably going to experience some racism. And also, for me, it was like, where are the Black people at? There were a lot of times I would go to different places and be like, I'm pretty sure, but there would be no Black people. I'm still getting to know the city. So the cost of living, so I don't, this I'm not too familiar with. As far as the cost of living, I'm gonna assume it would depend on where you decide to live, especially in places like Plano, McKinney, Frisco. Those places are newer, they're getting built up, so the cost of living is a tad bit higher. Also, like Las Colinas, which is a suburb in Irving, it's more expensive there. Las Colinas is a little bit more expensive. And then Arlington is a little bit more expensive because that is where Six Flags is. The Cowboy Stadium is in Arlington. The Ranger Stadium is also in Arlington as well. So there's a lot of activity that is there where people would want to be because it's like bustling. So keep that in mind. And then you have like nightlife. Now, I moved to Dallas at the end of 2019. Right in March 2020, the city shut down. So I was not able to experience, and we all know why the city shut down. I wasn't able to experience much of the Dallas nightlife. Even now, like now that things are starting to open back up and things like that, I still haven't really gotten used to what's around, what is new, I don't really know those things. And I was so excited to move here because, again, I watched so many Dallas vloggers and influencers like Miss Ashlee Devana and Vicky Logan, Cinderella OG. Like, it was a lot of people. There were a lot of people who were from here, and I was just like, ah. Kayla Bree also, she was very helpful when I moved, like to actually make the transition to move. Yeah. I wasn't able to experience a lot that following year of normalcy. So my normal to Dallas is like, mass, all of that. Dallas influencers that I was following, Kayla Bree, Vicky Logan, Ashlee Devana, and they're, especially Ashlee, honey, she would have so much stuff, like she was just going everywhere, and I was just like, yes ma'am, thank you for that. I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going here. Pandora was like, no you're not. It's food at home. Oh yeah. I am still trying to get myself more acquainted to being outside, child, because I have not been outside. I haven't been outside. I think what everybody is curious about is like dating life. So I'm not dating currently. I'm not dating currently, so I think that I haven't really enough to speak on the topic, but it be some fine men out here, y'all. They be fine. The main things that I would say is when you're trying to move to a new city, the experience can seem daunting. It can seem like, especially if you're moving with no job, no money, no car, it can seem like a bad idea. I may as well just stay where I know, where I'm comfortable. But you have to get uncomfortable in order to grow. You have to place yourself in environments that are going to allow you to stretch yourself. And this was definitely an experience for me that really made me stretch, because again, I was so comfortable with just it being always my mom, me, and my sister. But this was like, no, you need to get out of your comfort zone and you need to do it. Just do it. So I would most definitely say In order for you to grow, you have to be uncomfortable. You have to get yourself in an uncomfortable state in order for there to be any real change to your life. And I definitely think that moving out of your hometown, moving away from family is beneficial for that growth to happen. Because a lot of times we use our families and our sense of normalcy as a crutch. Oh, I'm comfortable here. My family, my friends are here, and then that ends up becoming, you look up 30 years and you've never done anything. You've always been in the city that you grew up in. You never moved anywhere else. And you're kind of stagnant and stuck in this constant, like on a hamster wheel, getting older but never going anywhere. So I think that for me, this was the best decision I could have ever made. Because again, me and my family, for me, it was very codependent. And I was always using them as like a fallback. And even though we weren't separated from each other that long, it was only 2 to 3 months, it still was a learning experience for me. Just allowing me to become more independent, allowing me to grow, allowing for me to be able to handle business just by myself. Like, you have to do these things by yourself. There's nobody for you to fall back on. And also, even just moving out, like, it was definitely like, I had moved out prior, but again, I lived in the city. So moving, and it was me moving, and I had nobody with me to move, it was just move. It really made me feel the most like an adult. I'll say that. So especially moving to Dallas, like, I love it here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love it here. I love, now, this food. No tea, no shade, but all tea, all shade. I need to do better. Dallas food is interesting. Interesting to say the least. I moved here, I expected, especially with Mexican food, because that's my favorite type of food, I'm thinking that it's going to be on the same level as California. You hear potato? I thought it was going to be like on the same level as California, but it's not. Why do y'all be putting elotes in a cup? Elotes is supposed to be on the cob. Stop putting this elotes in a cup. Stop doing that. Who told y'all to do that? Told y'all to switch it up? It's supposed to be on the cob, so leave it on the cob. Made me mad now. Also, the tacos and the burritos, I don't know. I'm not really into the Tex-Mex. Anyway, so thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you have any other questions about moving to a new city or moving to Dallas specifically, leave them in the comments below. I'm still new here, so I don't know everything, but I'll try to get the best answers to y'all. And also, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I'm so excited about this YouTube channel, y'all. Y'all don't even know, I am so excited. I have always wanted to do this, so I'm just like bursting at the seams. I have so many ideas. There's so much room for activities. But again, thank y'all for watching. I love y'all so much. Stay tuned for my next video.